The US president has repeatedly stopped short of blaming Saudi Arabia for the disappearance of Jamal Khashoggi.
What happened is a terrible thing, assuming that happened. I mean, maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised, but somehow I tend to doubt it, and we take it very seriously.
And Donald Trump says he'd oppose any move by US senators to block arms sales to Saudi in retaliation.
I don't like the concept of stopping an investment of $110 billion into the United States. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to take that money and spend it in Russia or China or someplace else. So I think there are other ways. If it turns out to be as bad as it might be, there are certainly other ways of handling the situation. But
the president says US investigators are now helping inquiries abroad, with a report due, in his words, very soon. But Turkey's foreign minister on a trip to Iraq says that's not the case, but they do want Saudi help.
Because the incident took place in Saudi Arabia's consulate, we're working on this matter with the Saudi authorities, and they must cooperate with us on this matter. We will announce the results at the end of the investigation.
A leading Republican senator with access to the latest intelligence says he believes Jamal Khashoggi has been murdered.
Everything points to Saudi Arabia, and it would appear that he's not alive.
While one Democrat says the White House can't talk about what it won't do to punish Saudi Arabia.
President Trump's unwillingness to set out any consequences or even a threat of consequences essentially tells the Saudis that we're okay with this kind of conduct and behavior.
Last year, Saudi Arabia spent more than $27 million to lobby in Washington, a process of seeking to influence politicians and shape policy in its favor. One Washington watcher says their money can't help them with this.
Saudi Arabia is one of the most influential lobbying and PR machines in Washington, D.C. But in this case, the facts just speak louder than any lobbyist campaign contributions or any PR spokesperson's talking points possibly could.
So what good does that do us?
Now Donald Trump says he's expecting a report on the Khashoggi case. He will come under pressure from senators to make it public when he receives it. And while he seems reluctant to take action against a country he's built up as a friend and an ally, he might be left with no choice but to act. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, Washington.